Welcome to the Trying Art Podcast, where we do art and talk about it. God, Lily, I can't believe you wrote that as an intro. I'm the host, Magnus X, and this is my co-host, silent but deadly. Yes, like a fart, Lily Valor.
I can't believe you straight up called me out for writing the intro. I cannot believe that.
I, I tried to help it by calling you a fart, but I don't think.
That I don't even care about that part.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, that kind of flew over. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, that one just like breezed by unnoticed. Anyway,
What's the temperature today, Lily Valor? I don't know why I'm talking
today,
like this.
yeah, it's not my favorite. The temperature today is, I'm gonna say a perfect 5.
Ooh,
Just yeah, we're just right on neutral.
I was talking to a friend of the show, Julio, and today, and I didn't ask him the temperature, but I asked him how he was, and he said, he was like at a 4. And I was like, who do we have to kill? Like, what's wrong? He was like, nah, it's not that serious. I was like, we'll kill for you. Uh,
No, 5 is the midpoint.
I don't. I guess because I don't know. Today was a day where I made moderate progress on some stuff,
Hmm.
and so it felt like a 6. But I was so tired, and I slept through most of the day.
Hmm.
To the point where it felt like I don't know, like I accomplished something, but it didn't feel like a 10 day. So you
That is for
know,
like the wins, man, like the big wins.
yeah, but you know how we were talking about, I've been saying lately, like it worked like a 10 even if it isn't, like,
Right.
yeah, like today was one of those where, like, I feel like the work was a 10, but the brain was like a 6. Like
Yeah. Yeah, the mental health.
mm,
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel that kind of need to like be working at a 10, even if you
mhm
don't feel like a 10, because that's how I'm feeling about the commission lately.
mhm it's a real thing. It's kind of like one of those things that a lot of those those like motivation YouTube videos and stuff where
Hmm.
you gotta get up, and they all, like, it has that kind of similar mindset of, oh well, if you want to be successful you have to put in this amount of effort and work,
Hmm.
and it can be a whole thing. But on the one hand, it kind of feels good to do that in a way where you're accomplishing your
Sometimes.
goal. Yeah. But on the other
Yeah.
hand, like, it can be very exhausting, and trying to find that balance can be quite difficult.
Yeah. On that notion, I find it interesting that like when people make New Year's resolutions, like people go into it with that energy where they're just
Hmm.
like, I'm gonna go into this thing and like do it and knock it out of the park and it's gonna be great. And it's like that's a great mindset, but I feel like it doesn't match up with like the time that's happening actually. It's
Hmm.
like middle of winter, at least for us. Middle of winter, it's cold, it gets dark at like 5 p.m.
Hmm.
Like it's just every other species is like hibernating. It's like this is not the correct time to just like bust out into the snow and be like, I'm gonna do it. It's like, no, let's just stay inside and be warm and like wait until the spring to sprout.
Yeah, there's like a bear saying, "Shut up."
Exactly, yeah. It's like, yeah, they throw a berry at you and they're like, yo, be quiet.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
I'll maul you
exactly.
later.
And then we wonder, like, why am I slugging along and like, why can't I do it? It's like, we are literally, I don't think, meant to be doing this right now.
Yeah, we're supposed to grind in spring and summer, and
Yeah, whenever like the wind blows, the wind's not blowing, or at least when
yeah.
it does, it's like icy and cold and it hurts. So like, just not. Let's just not.
Do you have a a productive season, like a time of year where you're like on it?
Uh, I feel like it's probably summer. I think my best months are, hmm, I'm gonna say May and June.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I I feel like fall is my best month.
Fall's
Where
good too, but I
yeah.
think unfortunately I did Inktober, so then that was just stressful.
Hmm. I get that too.
Maybe this year will be better.
Yeah. I
What are
think
you saying?
I know I was gonna say I think fall is always good because like my friend and I we have this ritual where when this fall air comes in and the wind blows, we call each other and we tell each other about like the winds have started changing. It's time like
Hmm.
and we have very cryptic messages about like how it's time to do the thing.
Okay, great.
But
Love that.
it feels very just like yeah like this like it's like you can feel the like
The
that nice
change.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
remember like even when I did fitness stuff, I liked fall because it would be one of those, there would be times when I'm like running or I'm like sweating and I was like, God, I need a gentle breeze to, or I'm not gonna make it home because I'm so tired.
Help
And
push you along.
yeah, and a
Oh my
breeze would
God.
come, and I'd be like, "Thank you."
That's so terrible.
Oh man,
Oh.
because once you're out too far, once you've walked too far,
Yeah, you have to like go back.
yeah, and it's like, well, I can't stop. I have to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to get back.
And that gentle breeze kept me moving, kept me moving along.
Yeah,
Oh,
so what's our gentle breeze now?
I you know I feel like it's good to identify what your breezes are. Um,
So you think this is, you can conjure it up?
I think so. Yeah, like just like when I was sweating and dying and praying for a breeze to come push me along. I think there are certain things you can do. Like there are, like sometimes when I'm having an unproductive day, um, I might like take a nap or I might like do like take a walk, like do little mental resets.
Mm,
But if it's a
I see.
particularly rough day where like I'm not gonna make it, then I might message a friend and just be like, look, can I get a positive vibe? Um, and they'll be like, yeah, I got it. Like they're just like, yo, you got
Right.
this. I can do it. And I was
I
like,
see.
thank you.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then those are things that work for you that act
yeah,
as a gentle breeze.
yeah.
I see, I see. But you can identify those. Like you recognize that those are tools that you have or like resources that you have.
Mhm.
Right. I see, I see. Because I feel like sometimes like people don't even realize what their gentle breezes are.
Yeah, it can
Right. But
be.
like it helps to just know what it is.
It,
And you can like uh call upon it, I guess, whenever you need to.
yeah, because I think there are certain environments in certain like like um the configurations of people or just certain, because there are some people who like, oh, I can only get things done if I'm in a coffee shop on my laptop, and the ambient noise of being around people and stuff really helped me get the thing done.
Hmm.
And that's great. And then there are other people who are like, I can only work in complete silence. Anything else is a complete detriment to my process.
Hmm.
And and there are other people who are um yeah. They're in figuring out what type of person you are in those circumstances. I
Yeah.
think can be really beneficial to like your success when it comes to you working towards your whatever goal you have.
Yeah, like having self-awareness
Mhm.
and like spatial awareness because I
Yeah.
feel like understanding the space that you like are in and occupy helps a lot too.
Mhm. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I know you. I know there. I know something you've been doing in our communities, like having those silent, like we're gonna be together but not talk to each other work sessions. And
Yeah, that was my favorite.
and I used to have those with a friend of mine where we'd get together and just like animate or draw together and not talk to each other. And it's nice to be on those. It's nice to be on that kind of grind vibe
Yeah.
where you are
It
focusing on
feels like
something.
extra productive.
Yeah. When I used to do it with my friend, we used to do a thing where it's like, okay, show me your progress. Like before one of us, like if one of us is about to go offline, we'd have to show each other like how far we got.
Yeah.
And similar to this podcast, like, comment, and subscribe. And the cool thing about that was I remember going, I need to reach a stopping point where I feel okay showing progress. And even if I didn't, it felt
Like
great.
sharing it with people?
Yeah, because we had to
Okay.
show each other. We have to like stream what our how far we got on whatever we're working on. So it was like,
I
oh,
see, I see, I see.
I'm doing an animation project where somebody's running. Like once somebody's about to leave, we're like, all right, well, show me what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was nice. It was always like a like, or even if somebody did make good progress, it would be like, oh, hey, you made some progress, and that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like I kind of don't think about it too much because
Mm-hmm.
I stream almost every time, and so then I think I've just gotten used to just like being there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I can see why it would be nerve-wracking in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it's just that feeling of like being perceived.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think yeah I would assume it's the intent of just like because you're streaming but you have a project but
Yeah.
like and you do it all the time but your stream isn't like a hey everybody I'm here and we've agreed that I'm gonna get this far like and I'm actively telling you I'm hoping to get this far on my
Oh, yeah,
yeah
yeah.
yeah yeah and then
It's just
everybody's
like
like
everyone watching is like holding you accountable in a way.
yeah, and everybody's like, "Hey, Lily, how far are you? How's your progress on that?" Or as opposed to when you stream, I think it's more of like, "Oh, Lily's streaming, and she's making
Yeah.
good progress," but no one's like, "Are you done yet?"
Yeah, no one's like closely watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But the nice thing about the silent streams is that people can listen to like music if they want, their music, whatever music you like, or if there's a podcast they like or something.
Hmm.
But then you can still feel like you're hanging out with people and you can still feel like you're with friends. And yeah. Thing is,
Yeah.
it's like whenever I do that, I always say like I'm gonna be doing a silent stream. Like no one else has to. Like I'm just deafened, and so if other people want to talk, they definitely can. But then it's kind of nice when everyone kind of is like, oh, well, let's just do a work day. And then we all kind of just do it.
Yeah.
It's nice. It helps. We're a little herd species, we just want to hang out.
Hmm. It's always good to. It's always good to hang out. Now, Miss Valor, I'm all over the place mentally and emotionally. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
For the listeners from present and future, I'm gonna tell you all. I've slept more. I've not seen the sun today. It has been one of those days.
Oh, it's at the end of the podcast then?
No, I'm just saying.
I just kidding.
All right, Lily,
I'm sorry.
you want to go next? um. So I'm not as magnanimous in my rapport may not be as strong as it used to be. But we're talking about progress and tracking and goals. And Lily, I know you may not realize this, but it's 2024.
Yeah, I wrote in my art journal 2023 for the last 3 days.
Have you really?
Yeah, I went back and fixed it today because I realized when I wrote today, I wrote 2024, and then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I have this weird feeling that I haven't been doing this the last couple days
Mm-hmm.
because it felt so unfamiliar for my hand. So I went back and like, yeah, the last 3 days,
Lo and
I still
behold,
wrote 2023.
I I have. So, how's your 2024 going?
It's not bad. It's
Um,
everything I expected, I guess, which was not much. Sorry.
oh, why are you apologizing? You
Uh,
good?
um, that came off way sadder than I meant it to.
Is you're you're fine? I think. I think.
I'm fine.
um. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. As an aside, people, hey, if you're drawing something as a background in Clip Studio Paint, just check and see if it already exists in the shop and save yourself some time. So you won't spend 3 weeks of your podcast working on the same thing, because that'd be a terrible use of your time and efficiency. Um,
What did you do?
uh, I've been working on this back kitchen background,
Right.
and it's taken a long time to finish the background for this panel. And
Hmm.
I could just use the shop and Clip Studio Paint. Please sponsor us. Uh, and I didn't. And now I'm looking for the kit. Like I'm in the shop in Clip Studio Paint to look for a kitchen background as reference, and I was like, oh, I could have just used this material and saved myself the trouble. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, don't make an environment from scratch. What are you doing?
I don't know. I just really want to draw a kitchen, but
No, I'm
now,
playing.
now I'm tired. I'm so
Drawing environments from scratch is good. Good
uh,
practice.
yeah.
But not whenever you are crunched on time,
Which
I
which
guess.
which I am, which we all are. But
Which we all are, yes.
what I was gonna what I wanted to say to your 2024 being your going well 5 days in is that okay, so me and you got an issue. We got a conflict we need to
Okay.
resolute. So last
That's
week,
hmm
um, on the Beta Gamma, we're like, "What are your goals for 2024?" And your ass said, "Keep doing what I'm doing," and that vague shit. Can't do nothing with that.
I know. I know. So what am I doing? I'm drawing, man.
All right, cool. All right, cool, good, good, good.
I'm drawing. Yeah, so I okay. So my plans for 2024 at the moment, what's on the horizon
Mm,
is I need to finish this piece I'm currently working on,
all
which
right.
is a gift for our friend of the show, Brittany, and her fiance. And then off this podcast, I'm working on this other commission for another friend of the show. And once I finish these two things, the next thing on my horizon is probably going to be a personal piece because I'm tired and need to draw something I don't know, I can just go out with, I guess. Um, the thing about doing these pieces recently is that I care a lot about what the person thinks of it, like whoever's receiving it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when I work on personal projects, obviously I'm not really worried about it
Right.
at all. And I kind of miss that feeling a little bit of like not being nervous about that or anxious or concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Um so yeah. So I guess right now really my focus is just to finish these next pieces. These next few pieces.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's good.
And then we're gonna do a personal project. And then we'll go from there.
Do you see how those things tie into like your larger goals of for 2024, or are you sort of um
Tying up loose ends.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely tying up loose ends, I think.
gotcha.
I don't really see these next pieces as a um
Jumping off point or anything?
yeah, or like yeah, like a checkpoint or something in this overall. Like at the end of the year, like these pieces will obviously be like cool things that I've done, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the things I'm planning to do are so much bigger that I will later see these moments as pretty small in the overall scheme of things.
Ooh. So you
I know that sounds so like yeah, like I have like
so
an
much
idea.
so much going on. It's like,
I
oh,
know, it's
oh,
like
you
not
don't
terribly
even
large.
know. These are small steps in my grand path forward. Like these are pebbles.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pushing boulders over here, children. Sorry.
You just called me Julio. I
No,
can't
I
believe it.
said children.
Oh, I thought you were just about to call me Julio. And I was
No,
like, how dare you mix up who your host is?
no.
Damn, that hurt. I thought you were getting back at me for a second.
No.
Also unrelated,
uh,
but I have disappeared off the stream.
have you? Oh, wait, how
Yeah.
do you keep disappearing?
I don't know, but it makes me sad.
I don't. I don't. There's nothing here. There's.
Am I getting blocked? Why are you censoring me? It's
uh,
just, is this a copyright issue?
but keep letting me know when you get when you get ghosted, so I can do something about it. Thank you. But
Oh, wait, I'm
yeah,
back.
yeah. I fix. Yeah, as soon as you say it, I can
Okay.
fix it. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are like you have like a section on my computer where you're popped out and you're just there. But I think if I open certain windows, like like OBS, like goes, oh, she's not important anymore, and like black you out, and
I mean, it's fair.
I don't know why, but
I get it.
OBS gonna OBS.
Yeah, that's very true.
Um,
As you know, I got a new laptop the other day and I had
huh?
to reset up OBS and I was like, I haven't had to do all these settings in a while.
Yeah, I like OBS. It's good. God,
Me too. Yeah, it's good. Sponsor.
uh, yeah. Can,
Hmm.
can we
Anyway,
can we nag potential sponsors? Can we? Can we
we can discuss that later.
okay. Oh, that's a no. That's the most polite way of saying no.
Anyway.
But I was going to say I forgot what I was going to say because that
Oh, we were
Julio.
talking about me being big, and I was
Yeah,
like, no, and then I misheard you, and then
yeah. Throughout the whole group.
sorry.
No. I think that's valid though. It is weird. I think something you pointed out is that it is kind of hard to be like 2024, new year, new me. Oh wait, there's like 8 things I gotta finish from 2023.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. Where I'm like, wait, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
I think that is an unfortunate reality about the situation, which is you can't.
I know. It's like I'm saying that we have to do spring. I'm like, we're supposed to sprout this spring. I'm like, do we really need that? Or like, am I just late? Am I just behind? Or, is that the right way to go?
It is hard because you still like as soon as the new year starts, your life doesn't actually change. Like nothing
Yeah,
fundamental.
it's all perception.
Yeah, and like how you approach to things, and Like I told myself, as soon as 2024 hits, I'm gonna go to the gym. Not even.
How'd that go?
Not even an attempt was made to drag my
Okay,
body to the gym. I took a walk,
great.
but I was like, nah, gym.
Yeah. And that's, that's all right. I sometimes the timing's just not right.
Yeah, but
Once it starts being spring, on the first day of official spring, you should try that again and see. And
but
it might work out so much better, and then my hypothesis will just be proved.
yeah, I won't go to the gym until spring to prove your hypothesis.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I sacrifice for you like that.
Thank you. Appreciate that a lot.
But the other thing is something we were talking about last week was that so the way I set up my goals is that they're priorities to them, and there's a certain goal that I have that is the top priority at the moment, and so that's been my hyperfixation, and that's been going well. And so even though the other goals have been kind of falling to the wayside, the fact that this one
Yeah.
is making
They all have
slight
different
progress,
weight,
yeah,
and it can fluctuate kind of at
mm,
any time, but they do all have weight to them.
yeah, carry that way. So so even though I'm not having made it to the gym, I still feel okay. But what I want to
Good.
talk,
Don't beat yourself up.
I'm not. But we are going to talk about the beating yourself up part because uh, people of the podcast, we decided that this week's topic is going to be um, we're 5 days into 2024. I know you've set goals, I've set goals, listeners, you've set goals, and we wanted to discuss what happened if you've already fucked up. What if you told yourself, I'm going to the gym in 2024, January 1st, and it is now the 5th, and your feet have not touched the gym. You've not lifted a weight, you've not roped a jump, or jumped a
Um,
rope. You have
okay.
not moved your body, or your goal was to draw every day, and it's 5 days in, you haven't picked up a pencil, or your goal was to find a new job, and you haven't even started doing the application. What do you do when you've already ruined the new year, and you just have to and now you have 361 days to just wallow
Turn
in
it around.
failure? Oh, or
Oh,
that, yeah, turn it around. That's
okay.
that's better. Do what Lily
There's
said.
there's a happy ending sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is gonna be so me coming from me, but
Mm-hmm.
I think a very big part of it is learning to have a little bit of compassion
For yourself.
for yourself, and when you do that, you learn how to have it for others too, or vice versa. I think more often than not, people can be compassionate to others, but not to themselves, and so I think that's something that can be worked on. The thing
Mm-hmm.
is, the whole New Year's resolution thing is kind of just a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a concept. Like nothing actually changes on January 1st besides
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, we it's 2024, but you're still going to go to your job if you have one. You're still going to wake up and like do your normal morning routine. It's like not that much different most of the
Mm-hmm.
time. Um, I think it's a good opportunity for people to kind of make change in their life if they're looking for a reason or like need a time to do it,
Mm-hmm.
or even to think about it. I think if you can recognize changes that you need to make at the time you need to make them, that's better.
Mm-hmm.
But if New Year's is the thing for you, then that's fine. By all means, do it, I guess. But if you don't make it perfectly on January 1st, January 2nd, the whole first week of January, like I mean, I guess it depends on the situation, but generally it's like kind of fine, Like you not going to the gym on that first day, you're not gonna be set on fire now the next time you go outside to try and do it. Like you can just try and do it tomorrow. Or you cannot, and it's pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just yet another day. And so I think the main thing, at least, is if you're really trying and like for some reason it just didn't quite work out,
Hmm.
then I think it's important to recognize when other factors might be getting in the way.
I,
You know,
I,
like what, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
mental health or like a life event of some sort, or like, you have to manage a relationship or a family or stuff like that, or like other obligations. It's like there's so many factors that go into your life and your daily routine that, like, yeah, when you change something, it's gonna be an adjustment and it's gonna be kind of hard, but that's to be expected.
Something you said I want to touch on is that, like, the thought that came to me was that sometimes the benefit of setting a new goals, a new goal is, oh, hi guy. We got a guy. We got a flying guy in the chat. But sometimes the benefit of setting a new goal is that it gives you the freedom to reevaluate, and or it gives you an excuse to reevaluate.
Yeah.
Cause, and I think that's kind of one of the good things about setting New Year's goals is that you kind of
Yeah.
get to take stock. Or I think that's one of the good things about the whole like end of year thing is that a lot of times it gives you the opportunity to kind of take stock. Cause instead of you going like, oh man, I didn't go to the gym, or we're not gym people. Why am I using
That's okay. That's
it?
a fine example
I
for
know
now.
it just feels so blah. We
Okay,
are
why
we
don't we
are
use a more concrete one then? Like, what are
yeah.
you trying to do?
I don't know. Let's say draw every day, just because
Okay,
it's
that's
a
fine. Yeah,
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Or like filling a sketchbook.
Okay.
Say the goal is to fill a sketchbook, and you were like, I'm gonna draw every day to fill a sketchbook, and it's 5 days into the new year and you haven't drawn one thing. I think the cool thing about setting that goal is that even if it doesn't work out, you get to you get a second chance to kind of go like, oh, this was a goal I had. I'm not working towards it. Why is that? Because it could be a thing that you actually enjoy, but it could be a mental health thing, like, oh, I'm really
Yeah, you
bogged
you got off
down.
track. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like you could be in a situation or an environment that discourages it because your work or even your friend group or your community or like your relationship with another person is like distracting you, or yeah, it could be any number of things.
Yeah.
But you having the opportunity to sit back and reevaluate and look at those things, I think is a good reason to
Yeah.
kind of set those goals because you're like, this is important to me. I'm
Yeah.
telling
It's
myself this is important to me. Let's look at why it's not working out.
yeah, it's definitely a good moment to like check yourself. It's definitely like a life checkpoint
Mhm.
to just yeah, check your inventory and get yourself situated
Mhm.
and allocate your skill points however you need.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that. But I think at the same time, uh, you can you don't like that's New Year's is a good time to do that, but you don't need New Year's to still accomplish those things.
It's true.
It's just like a reference point more than it is like a necessity,
Mhm.
I guess. Um, and I think if you are looking for some sort of guidance or a guideline, then you can use that as one, and many people do.
Yeah.
I think, but that's because of that. I think that's also why we can't beat ourselves up whenever we can't do it
Mhm.
like exactly right, because it's like maybe this was the right time to reevaluate yourself, but not the right time to actually start doing the thing.
Yeah. And there
Because
and
you're ignoring like the natural flow of like stuff happening, or like,
mhm.
building it into your routine, or like creating some sort of foundation.
Mhm.
Like you can't just, yeah, you have to respect the flow of stuff
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
instead of like forcing your own kind of flow onto it at times.
Yeah, respect the vibe. And
Yeah.
it might be, this might not be the year you make $1 million, but it might be the year that you set up the right environment and system for yourself to make $1 million in 2025.
Right.
Um, and that's not a waste of your time. Like,
Right.
you're still doing something, and you're still making progress towards whatever goal you have, which is the most important thing. Now, with that being said,
Oh no.
Miss Fowler, Mrs. Fowler,
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
Whatever, it's fine.
No, it's not. No, no, respect that.
Okay, fair.
um, what
Oh,
is your progress report on? Oh wait, we are the progress. Different progress report. Different progress
okay, sorry. Yeah.
report. What,
Okay.
like, how do you feel about your progress, so far? Do you think you're on the right track? Uh,
I yeah. I think I'm on the right track, yes.
mm,
Um, how I feel about it is a little bit impatient.
mm-hmm,
I can tell. Um, wait. I can tell. Wait, no. Originally, I could tell I was feeling frustrated.
mm-hmm,
And I was like, this is really not an enjoyable feeling. And at first, I was like, this isn't happening fast enough. Or like, I'm
mm-hmm,
not getting to the point that I wanted to fast enough.
mm-hmm,
And I was really not enjoying drawing
ooh,
for a couple days. Yeah, which was like kind of not concerning, and I kind of expected it, and I was like, it's nothing new, so I'll just keep working through it, which I am, and I was, and everything's fine.
mm,
Um, but I recognized at some point that the frustration wasn't coming from like a lack of skill.
mm-hmm,
It was just coming from this drawing doesn't look good because I haven't gotten far enough with the rendering.
right,
I'm sitting there like drawing it, and I have been drawing it for a while. And at some point, I was like, this is not looking good. This is not looking anything that I thought it would look like. And this is just bad, And I started feeling really insecure
mm-hmm,
and kind of mad that everything was taking so long. And it makes you resentful a little bit, where I was like, "Ugh, like, of course I chose stippling, which like takes forever."
mm-hmm,
But then I was like, you know what? Like, I have to finish this drawing anyway. So like, what's being upset gonna do me? And it's not gonna do me any good. So then I kept drawing, and then towards the end, I was like, oh, you know what? I actually hate this a whole lot less now because I've drawn more of it, and now it's starting to look like kind of what I thought it would.
mm-hmm.
And so I realized that a lot of my frustration in general just comes from being impatient. And so because of that, I think the progress that I'm making this year is actually good because I'm getting frustrated in these moments and kind of recalibrating myself, I guess.
I think that's
But
good.
what I am upset about is that I wanted this drawing and the commission that I was working on to already be done by now.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. It's all right. It doesn't really matter. That's the thing too. Like it doesn't actually matter what like neither of these have like a solid deadline.
Mm-hmm.
So like if something comes up and I can't work on it right away, like it's really truly fine. I just want to work on other stuff
Yeah.
sooner rather than later. But, that's again where my patience thing comes back around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Hmm.
It is interesting when it's like I'm making progress, but it's almost frustrating because I'm making progress, but I'm not making as much progress as I want to, and
Right, yeah.
it negatively impacts the progress that I am making.
Yeah. But also when you say it like that, it sounds so silly where it's just like, oh, you're making progress? Like, yes, I am. But like, not enough. And it's like,
Yeah,
all right, dude. Okay. Okay, honey.
I had that moment this morning where I was drawing, like I wasn't drawing, I was working on Secret Project 2024.
Right.
Uh and I made like good progress and all the things were set up, and my immediate, like, as soon as like I saw progress and I saw like the lightest flicker of light, I was like, oh fuck, this is taking me too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like,
I always
oh.
get that at the end of every single project I ever do,
Mm-hmm.
where I'm just like, oh my God, we're so close, but like it's so painfully close
Mm-hmm.
that I almost want to quit, even
And
though I'm probably 2 hours away from finishing.
and it's funny because this morning, listeners, um, so this morning I was working on Secret Project 2024, um, and friend of the show. I like that they're all friends of the show. Look
I
at
know, it's so cute.
friend of the show, Austin, was like I was testing the thing, and I was like, and friend of the show, Austin was like, you have to go to sleep. You have to go to sleep. I was like, no, just one more thing, just one more thing. And then friend of the show, Lily. And then Lily messages me going, dude, go to sleep. And I'm like, I'm so, but like I had finally made progress and I didn't want to go to sleep because then I was like, oh, like I have to reset the mood. Like, and I just wanted to ride that high. Like, and I was
But you were
lying
too low to ride the high.
only physically, mentally, and emotionally. But
What
but
other way is there to be?
I don't know. But like I was lying in bed, and I was thinking like I should get up and ignore them and just keep working. But and I wanted to so bad, but I was so tired.
Unbelievable.
I was so tired that I couldn't do it. But I was just sitting there like, oh, if I sleep now, that's another day lost when I could be working toward my goal.
You literally stayed up all night. That is the day that you didn't lose the day, you just shifted it
Yeah.
to a different part of the day.
But why can't I just work all
Why
day
can't
and night and not
No,
sleep?
it doesn't work like that.
I know. It is very frustrating. And I did sleep and I got rest.
Yeah.
But like literally until I fell asleep, I'm almost certain my last thoughts were, God, I could still be working now.
Yeah, I get that though,
Yeah.
because I feel the same way. Like whenever I'm doing anything else besides sitting at my desk, I feel like I should be sitting at my desk instead. But
Mm,
like that's just not healthy.
it's not.
And you have to reset like your perception sometimes.
Hmm.
Like sometimes you just gotta look at something else.
Yeah. And God, friend of the show, guy. I gotta stop saying that. Now I'm just enjoying it too much.
It's fine.
Guy goes. That reminds me of my experience with painting, and patience made the experience almost insufferable in the beginning. And yeah, it's weird how like
The slow build is kind of painful, but like it's
yeah,
so worth it.
yeah, and I think art is a particularly difficult demon to face when it comes to doing it. Like one of the most common questions new artists ask experienced artists is how long did that take?
Oh
Like
yeah. Wow, I haven't heard that in a really long time, to be honest.
yeah.
Dang, that's great. Yeah, that is so true.
Hmm.
Or like sometimes whenever people put it in their descriptions for like the art or whatever,
Like
it
oh,
always makes me want to like curl up and hide.
it was like 30-minute sketch, and it's like a fully rendered like painting, or like
Yeah.
and this and there are some people who can do that. They can do like a nice beautiful painting in like an hour, very like Bob Ross-esque, where you take those big shapes
Yeah.
and things like
You
that.
slowly chunk them out into something.
So guy says, I never really understood the question of how long it took. I think when you are a new artist and you're trying to figure out your place in the world when it comes to making something, you ask artists, especially if it's a piece of art that you admire or think is particularly good, you ask artists how long it takes so you can get a frame of reference of how long it should take for you to make something like that, even though that's a flawed thought
Right.
process.
Right.
But I think even if, because it could say, oh, it took me an hour, and it could take you 3 weeks. I think another aspect of it is that if it took you 3 weeks and it took them an hour, sometimes it helps people focus by giving them a goalpost of, oh, how can I be more efficient where it doesn't take me 3 weeks to make this. And I think it has a like kind of like a min max video game quality to it, where you're like, what's the best build I can do to draw faster, when a lot of it's just like, oh well, I don't inherently know these things, and I haven't created a process for myself to draw as efficiently as I want, making the things that I want. And so
Right.
I think it comes from a good place. I think it's just, I'm new in this environment. I'm trying to get data on like how long does a piece like this take, or like or like, it lines up with those other questions like, what brush did you use, what program did you use.
True. Yeah. It's just like
Yeah.
getting information to try and like craft your view or perception of what it should or should not be.
And it's definitely a new artist thing, because I know a lot of experienced artists, so it doesn't matter what brush you use, like just use whatever the software comes with. It doesn't matter what software we use, just adjust to it. Or like,
Something that has layers. Yeah. Like,
yeah, just
yeah.
yeah, and there's truth to that where it doesn't matter. But I think also at the same time, when you're very new starting out, like, you're very hard set on like, I want to accomplish this thing and do this and get all of these things and achieve all of these things, and you see somebody else doing it, and so you go, oh, if I take something from them and figure out how to do it, maybe I can replicate it.
Hmm.
And that's kind of the difficult thing about art, is that it's very hard. Like, even if you watch somebody draw from start to finish and you try to replicate it, it'll still be your interpretation of what they're doing instead of what they are doing. And so you
Right.
have to reconcile with the reality of that, which I think is one of the first obstacles you have to overcome as a new artist, which is, you ain't them and you'll never be them.
That was not where I thought that was going. But it's kind of true, honestly. I mean, like our other friend of the show, MT, always says that like your uh taste will outpace your hand.
Yeah, and it
You know,
will.
you're always gonna like be attracted to and be inspired by art that is like better, I guess. Like what you perceive as better than
Mm-hmm.
yours. And that's always just gonna be the case. Like you're always gonna be drawn to those kinds of things if that's what you like. And then you're gonna try and draw something similar and be like, wow, I suck. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like you probably don't have enough mileage, or you're not allocating the right amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
or focusing on the wrong things, or whatever it may be. But um yeah, I don't know. Things take time. Everything takes time.
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, guys. I never asked, what kind of audience is the podcast geared towards. We're looking for an 18 to 24 demographic.
Oh my god.
No, it's just I don't know if we have a particular audience in mind. I
No,
don't.
we're just trying to do art and talking about it, and anyone else who is also trying to do art and wants to hear people talk about it.
I think we're just trying to create another space where if you want to do something and relax, you can.
And you know, you can see the long-term effects of working on a project for a while,
Mm,
and just the nuances of doing that. And
yeah,
so maybe it'll normalize your own experience.
yeah. There's a Twitch streamer that has weekly Tuesday art streams. Where he plays like reality TV shows in the background, and he works on animations and stuff for his Twitch stream. And I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, but he made a full VTuber model for himself over the
Hmm.
course of last year,
Mhm.
and I saw him do it from start to finish.
Mhm.
He only worked on it once a week. during that streaming period. But he made the VTuber, and he like, all right guys, we gotta pause this show because I need to look up this tutorial, and he'd watch the tutorial, and he like uploaded everything to his Patreon. But he just, from start to finish, just worked on it. He went from not knowing anything about this to having the full model completed, and then like he gave it a test run like at the very end of the year, like on December like 28th or something. And but his whole year was working on that VTuber model and the environment and learning about it. And it was such a cool thing to like just pop in and watch, cause and see the progress. And I think this podcast audience is for the people who are part of that long haul of just like, there's something I want to work on. Maybe this is a good time to do it. Which
you're right. It is a great time to do it.
Yeah.
What better sign is there than two pals working on some long-term projects?
Pal might be a bit of a strong term, but yeah,
we're not pals.
What? Buddies?
Oh, we're just coworkers.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Coworkers who don't
get
paid.
Yeah, we're just pals by proximity.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, unrelated to the unrelated, real quick on a side note, on a tangent, my stream is slightly like not in the right place.
What do you mean?
Like I've got this. It's like you gotta move it up or something. Do you see I have a black band like at the top? In OBS, I think I'm not in. I think maybe I'm misaligned.
Are you misaligned?
I don't know. It looks like to me on the stream, unless you meant for it to be that way.
I like how you think I meant for something. Let's transition to Lily full view.
Okay. Yeah.
Have actually. You seem? I haven't changed the transform. You seem okay.
Oh, okay.
But let me transition back to double view.
Oh yeah.
I
See, there's a I don't know how that's happening.
But you're not
You should.
there in full view.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is, but yeah, actually, I just don't even know.
Maybe if I just transform.
Welcome to episode 1.
It's not a skill issue. It's a
Yeah, it's all right. That's the whole point. Yeah, you're gonna have moments where things don't go exactly how you planned, and that's fine. You just gotta figure out what you need to do to work through it, and it'll be fine.
Ooh,
this is a good moment.
They have blending modes in this.
Stay focused.
Oh, black man by the top and bottom. Well, she's gonna have the black bands at the top and bottom because that's the default version of the transform, and I don't want to change it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. That sketch of me is my favorite thing ever.
I hate it, but I just don't have time to make clean versions of us.
I think it's fine. We can take me off full screen now.
No.
Okay, that's fine too.
Okay.
Anyway, how's your progress this year?
All right, we got it. All right, let's transition back to dual screen.
Oh, sorry.
Is that better? Now, you are gonna look a little bit thicker on the bottom than you are at the top, but just roll with me for now.
That's fine. I don't know how easy it was to fix that. It's not a big deal. Also, Goss says the stippling work is looking great. Thank you very much. I hope that is more easily viewable.
All right.
Now, I mean, no, not on you. I mean, like the literal video quality.
I realized that
not everything is an attack.
I realized that, like, as soon as I said "all right," I was like, "Oh no, she's talking about Nitro," and and I'm so I'm just used to being attacked. Now I'm just so defensive.
Oh my god.
uh, um, but yeah, but yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so that's my progress. I feel like I am going a lot slower than I initially wanted to, but I'm going at the pace that is needed and I will get it done. And I don't believe in January 1st anyway, so yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, how about you?
yeah, well, I don't know if you cannot believe in it. It
I
happened.
know. You know what I mean?
Lily doesn't believe in New Year's resolutions. She doesn't
Like I
believe.
do, but I don't. Like it's fine if you want to do it. I just don't think. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all right.
I think whatever works for you
Yes.
is fine. And whether it's a New Year's resolution or a New Tuesday resolution or I just want to do a little bit better today. Like all of
Yeah.
those are okay. Um,
Thanks.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Lily's not problematic. She's just,
What? What am I?
I don't know.
Okay. That's not for you to decide.
That's for
Yeah.
you to decide, audience.
Anyway. Okay, stop dodging the question.
I
What's your
wasn't that.
progress? Are you
So
feeling like you're lagging?
I'm feeling like okay. So here's my mental goblin. Here's my mind goblin. Um, I feel like I am making progress in a positive direction. Because of that, I feel like something horrible is going to happen. That's going to slip me up.
Yeah, I
Uh,
definitely know that feeling. Yep. It's
uh,
like suspiciously smooth a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Like I've been setting up. I've been so to give a peek behind the screen, I have like two goals. One is like, well, I have a couple of goals. One of them is for like this podcast and making that better, but that isn't as time sensitive as what my other goal, which is involves a lot more technical things like programming and like machine learning and all these things that I'm not familiar with at all. Um, and the cool thing about when you're doing something that you're not familiar with is that every small bit of progress is like a leap in back. It's like a huge leap in terms of progress where you
Mhm.
are where like because it's so new. So everything that you like when I'm drawing, if I have a nice sketch, it's like, well, that should be expected. Like I've been doing this
Yeah.
a long time, but
It's definitely like an exponential sort of
hmm
um yeah, progress and then at some point it plateaus.
yeah. So at this point, I'm experiencing the kind of neat, significant growth that
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying.
Yeah.
But as I get deeper into the weeds of what I'm trying to do, I know I'm going to reach that kind of slowdown period.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I was kind of more anxious about staying up and not sleeping is because I feel like I'm getting dangerously closer to that plateau.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to hit it so I can hit the depression that comes with it.
Oh my God.
And
You just want to
then
be there already.
yeah, I just want
You
to
want to
be
have enough
there.
mileage that you can be the depressed guy in that field.
Yeah, I want to hit the struggle because I feel uncomfortable not being at the struggle section yet, and I know it's coming.
Yeah, that's like not good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be familiar with like that vibe.
Yeah.
But I do understand the anxiety of something happening
Mhm.
any minute now. I think that a lot too.
Mhm.
I think that's kind of natural, but it's definitely not recommended, I guess.
Yeah.
Where
It.
it's yeah. Like sometimes when a drawing is going too well, I think that too.
Mhm.
Um, where I'm like any minute now, I'm going to absolutely destroy this drawing
Yeah.
in like not a good way, right?
Mhm.
Because it's going too well, and yeah. Although recently I've been experiencing that it's just hasn't been going well to start.
Oh,
That's okay. That's all right. It
yeah.
happens. Um, yeah, I think you should savor the funness while it lasts. We don't need to rush into the plateau, you know? You can just enjoy. Just have a good time for now.
It
You're
was-
gonna get there regardless, whether you sleep an extra day or not.
I know you're right, but
I know.
there's also, and I think the other thing, the other mind goblin, I think I want to say, I feel that you're also feeling, is the time sensitive nature of
Yes.
things, where you have a goal. Uh, Another peek behind the screen, audience, is for I'm not gonna explain why because that's not fun, but my particular goal that is time sensitive has like a like 4 month time limit, and in reality that 4 month time limit is more like 2 months.
Right.
um so there's always the pressure of like, oh, one day is another step closer to not reaching that time limit.
Yeah. The days are
And
limited, and so you feel the need to squeeze the ever-living juice out of every single one of them,
yeah, where you're like,
or every single
God, if
day.
I sleep an extra hour, I'm fucked. Like the whole
Yeah.
thing is gonna crash it.
Yeah.
And that's not true, but
Right.
it can feel like that when you're in the thick of it, especially when you're in the like those phases where you're like still not sure how things are gonna work out or things like that. And so there's a lot. But this is,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
very uncertain.
But overall, like, everything's going well, and I'm making progress. But there's that low lying anxiety of, oh, you're moving. We have to keep moving. And there's a part of me
Yeah.
that's like, I know I'm moving, but there's another part of me that's like, but you have to keep moving. And I was like, you're not helping the situation
Yeah.
by saying that.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, I think that's where I'm at too. Or like a similar place where
Mhm.
it's like I need to get this commission done. I need to get this gift done.
Mhm.
And I'm sitting there working on it, you know, and I'm like actively working on it.
Mhm.
And like there's that little, yeah, mind demon thing that's
Mhm.
just like, hurry up. And I'm like, I'm literally doing it right now.
Mhm.
I'm literally actively working on it.
Mhm.
But it's still just in the back there, just being like, do it. Do it
Mhm.
faster, do it more. And I'm like, stop, dude. I'm trying.
Like, what are you doing? How are you
Trying.
helping this process,
I
voiceover?
know. It's like, hey, listen, if you're not gonna give me directions, then just stay in the back seat.
Please. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's generally how my
Just like
progress is going.
imagine if you were driving around
Mhm.
and you're lost and you're like, all right, we gotta calibrate and like figure out where we are and like figure out which way is which and like where we are on this map or whatever. And someone's like, we should get unlost a little faster, don't you think? You know,
Mhm.
like I'm literally navigating as we speak. Like, yeah. It's like unless you're gonna like look at this map and help me figure it out, how about you just like shut your trap?
Yeah. 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 Which is
But
why.
like don't talk to yourself that meanly, you know? That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like we need some compassion out here instead of being like, hurry up. You know, just like, hey, we're trying our best and we as tired as we are, we're getting progress done.
Mhm.
And you know what? Like good freaking job, man. You know, and then it helps kind of like cheerleader yourself along.
Mhm. And also, if you have this environment, um, it's also nice to have people in your corner to help cheer you on. And so, if you have an
Yes, follow me on
environment,
Instagram.
yeah, you beat me to it. I was gonna say,
Damn it.
if you have an environment where people can cheer you, will cheer you on, take advantage of that. Don't take advantage of them and like go, hey, cheer me on. But be around people who support you. And if you don't have any people like that, we'll do it for a price. I'm just-
No, that's all
I'm
right. Oh my gosh. There's a paywall.
No, no, no. But
No.
yeah. But you are, but you're doing well. All
And so are
progress
you.
is progress, and
Yes, this is true.
it's important to acknowledge that. And
Yeah. Also, like the thing, wait, one more thing about the New Year's resolutions is
mhm,
like once push comes to shove and you're like, this is actually not the thing that I really care to do
mhm.
now that I'm in it, or like now that I've started, like absolutely pivot. Absolutely pivot. Don't be like, I have to commit because like I said it was gonna be my New Year's thing and now everyone's gonna laugh at me because I'm absolutely taking it back. It's like number one, maybe you shouldn't tell people things you're not sure of. And two,
Damn, that was such a. Number one, hush, don't talk.
walk, don't talk. Okay, walk the walk. No. But that's cool too. Like you never really know what you want or don't want until you kind of like go into it.
Mhm,
People are like, "Oh, I want to draw every day." And then they try and they're like, "Oh gosh, like this is definitely not my cadence."
mhm.
That's good insight.
Yeah,
Then you can go from there and change it however you need to.
yeah,
And like it's okay if you feel that and change it.
yeah. At the end of the day, probably the most important thing.
The most important thing is that you tried and you showed up.
All right, hey, jump on my important thing. You want to go look at you? I had an important thing, but I don't know. We'll go with Lily since she.
I'm sorry. I'll go.
No, you're right. No, I agree with that. I think yeah, the most important thing is that like Lily said, you tried, you showed up, and you're gonna grow from that, and that's perfectly and it's perfectly fine. If anything, that's what you should be working towards. So,
Yeah. And if you need help showing up or
mm,
you find yourself having a hard time just sitting down and doing the thing, that's what this is for right here.
mm-hmm.
Right here. We sit down and show up and then see where it goes. What is so funny
I felt
is
protagonist Lily like force her way out, like speech Lily force her way out.
oh,
Like,
yikes.
I love
The
it.
funny thing about showing up though is that Magnus almost didn't today.
Not no. Okay, so as we talked about earlier, had a long night in something, and Lily expressed to me that she was getting ready to replace me.
I wasn't getting a replacement, it would be a substitute. There's a
for
difference.
for my own podcast. Were you gonna OBS it yourself?
I know how to do it, so yeah.
What? What
I
are
was literally gonna do it on I told you before I was originally gonna stream on YouTube before I joined the Discord
uh,
server. I had everything set up. I had done test streams and everything. I had done
mhm,
2 test streams and was
mhm,
ready to go live, and then this Discord plopped into my lap.
mhm.
And so then I did that instead.
Sure.
Yeah, I've always been set up.
All right.
But yeah, I was totally prepared to do it. I was like, damn, if he doesn't text me back in the next 10 minutes,
I
I'm
wasn't
I'm
even,
doing
I wasn't
it.
even late. I just.
No, you weren't, but like I was afraid. Well, I'm sorry I doubted you.
It's honestly you should. don't don't let me making it this time. Like,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, don't let that slide because I
Okay,
will.
nice. Sounds good.
I will fuck up. That's not a healthy. We went so
And
healthy, and I
that's okay
immediately
though. That's
circled
okay
back.
though. Sometimes if there are days where you can't show up, that is absolutely valid, and we support that here too.
Yeah. But no, all in all though, yeah, I know I would have made it. Guy, friend of the show, guy. uh, says, turns out I'm the target audience. Good stuff, y'all. I'm here to pay up. Thanks.
All good.
Guy, you get a special discount, cause you have to deal with me and Lily on a regular basis,
Bob,
And
if you want to animate like a stream starting soon
don't
screen,
first of all,
you that is a sponsored spot that's open.
first of all, I'm pretty sure God has this whole inside baseball. I'm pretty sure God has expressed the fact that he'll never
Animate again.
animate again under the penalty of he'd rather die. And I got it started. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm just
Uh,
saying we can get
uh,
sponsors.
uh, I do hope we are the NASCAR
At
podcast.
the very end, we should do sponsored by, and then like have just a list of like friend of the shows.
Yeah, I think that's what
It'd be so
Patreons
cute.
usually
Oh
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, true. You're right. Well, we don't have Patreon, so.
Who would pay? Who would pay for this?
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I'm saying we don't have one.
Yeah.
So we can just pretend we did have an imaginary one that's like free. There's no tears, just art.
so Miss Valor, Mrs.
Yeah.
Valor, sorry.
It doesn't matter to me.
It matters to me.
Okay.
Names are important. Titles are important. They're not really, but I think it's important to respect them.
Yeah, everyone back off. Go
Uh,
on. Sorry.
that's not why I did it, but all right. But
Can't be having too many fans out here, you know?
yeah, it's true.
Just kidding. There's no one. Except God, thanks.
Hi God, thanks for being a fan.
We're like doing like a stand-up show. We're on the stage, and like the spotlights are so bright we can't see anything, but you can just see God one table, just in the back, kind of like, hey. It's like, oh hey, thanks.
every day I think about that manga panel that I showed you.
Oh, which one?
There's the one that was just like, we're in our 30s. How long can we keep saying just
Oh,
one more
yes.
time?
Yeah.
Our friends are successful and have families now. How long can we keep doing this? And that manga panel haunts me. It's still on my computer. I don't.
Oh my gosh. That is all just a construct.
I mean, it ends on a positive note. It's just that panel just kills me every time.
It is extremely relatable.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I am in my 30s.
Yeah, but everyone's got their own timeline, you know, so it's all right.
It's true. You go at your own pace, and that's fine. Which I think is kind of like what we're getting at. Like,
Yeah. Listen to the seasons of yourself.
ooh. I don't know why I wasn't feeling that.
That's all right.
But yeah,
I'm gonna start whenever you ask me what the temperature is, I'm gonna start using the seasons. I'll be like, Magnus, it's wintry today.
What the hell does that mean? But yeah, I can't draw this cat, and I refuse to. I'm gonna make it a silhouette.
That's fine. You don't have time.
No, that's true. We're reaching the end, and I gotta get rid of this
Okay.
page. Luckily, the next page is copy and
Wait, yeah, let's
paste.
get a progress report.
Yeah, let's. All right, you wanna do a progress report? All right.
Yeah. Oh God. That was not rehearsed for the record.
If it was, would that make it better?
I want to say worse.
All right. Progress report time.
Yeah.
As you know, towards the end of the podcast, we like to give a progress and report on the projects that we're working on. If you're new to the podcast, just as an insight, Lily's working on a commission, a project for a friend, where she will do. Lily, you go.
What? Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, currently, what's on screen is this gift I am drawing for friend of the show, Brittany. But outside of this, every other day of the week, I've been working on a commission for another friend, and my projected completion is January 13th at the moment. We'll see if I make it. It doesn't matter though. I just set that deadline for myself to keep things moving.
Awesome. So how you feel about your progress? How you what you doing? I think it looks good. I'm a fan of anime. Uh,
Yeah. I got a pretty decent little section done here. I got at the beginning here I didn't at the beginning of this stream I didn't have this set the light part of his shirt done. So I did that, added this little Terminator shadow here. A little bit of the shadows on the side. So I need to do his other sleeve next time, and then we'll do the rest of his shirt.
nice.
Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. It was
Nice.
fun to not work on the commission for a little bit.
hmm It's always nice to take a break from work with other work, but like,
Yeah, I guess you never really realize um how tired you get of looking at something. Like I think I was looking at the commission for so long, it was like almost hard for me to see it.
yeah.
Like see what I needed to do, and like see what adjustments needed to be made. Just because I've been looking at it every day
hmm
for hours. And so now I have been looking at this drawing and like really taking this in and working on this. But I feel like when I go back to the other commission, I'll feel a little bit refreshed.
That's good.
Sometimes you just need to do that. Just look at
Yeah.
something else.
Do something else. Go outside. That was more aggressive than I intended it to be, but yeah. And now we're transitioning to the Magnus report.
Oh, we need to
we
get some.
need a sound guy.
We need a sound guy.
We need a sound guy. All right, so I'm
There we go.
continuing work on this page for I don't do commission work for art because I'd kill someone. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not I'd unalive someone.
Oh God. Anyway.
uh, but I'm working on a graphic novel, comic, dealio. I've been working on the same page since the alpha beta. Um, Namely because I haven't come up with a good process for this. Um, and I mostly ended up drawing silhouettes of cats and a character and things like that. So this page has been killing me. But once I finish this last panel and put in the word bubbles, I'm so excited because the next page is literally copy and pasted.
Nice.
Which when I sketched out, I was like, make this copy and paste it because it's gonna suck when you do the previous couple of pages, and this will be your break. So I get a break page, and then after that, I gotta do this fucking page, which is gonna kill me. Which is
That's funny that
and
you like build those break pages into it though. That's like kind of strategic.
yeah, I'm very lazy. Or at least I like to think of myself as lazy, and so I like building in things in place that I hope future Magnus will be like, okay, it's gonna be rough, but once you have this set, you get freedom. Um, I also really like this page, is like the sketch page, and so I'm looking forward to working on it because it's probably one of the most dynamic, like casual ones. But
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, so this is really, but I have to get through this page, and it's been killing me. I also think because it's so early on, and I'm still getting used to all of these things in the comic, it's been particularly dire. But the other thing is, because there are other projects that I'm working on that aren't art related, um, it feels it feels nice that this is my one a week where I get to
Yeah.
art. And it's still productive because it's part of the podcast. But at the same time, I really want to make more progress on it. So I'm hoping that as the seasons change, haha, um,
Mm-hmm.
that yeah, I'm hoping as the season change that I have more time to work on it and and like actually kind of like work on it in my free time and skip pages and things like that. Cause
Yeah. Yeah, you're like maintaining a relationship with it.
yeah, I'm taking a slow pace at the moment because I think that's pretty important. And then as other things, which is if you do have a lot of goals for this year, I think it's important to not put all of them on the same pedestal and burn yourself out.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Take some of them slow, and then if there's one that you feel like you really need to go hard on, there's nothing wrong with that. But give yourself the luxury of taking your time because you got 361 days left.
Yeah, and be nice to yourself
Hmm.
because, it's probably going to be hard at some points, and that's to be expected, and that's okay because you'll get through it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it'll be fine, won't it?
Yeah. And with that being said, we've made it to the end of the Trying Guard podcast. Thank
Episode
you. Episode
episode
one.
one.
Oh, this is okay, guys. Before we and girls and everyone else, um, before we end the podcast proper, we want to say thank you for joining us or listening. If you are from the future, like 20 episodes in and you found us and you decided to go to episode one, I'm sorry. It's way better now than what we're doing. The current version of us are way better and it
Please
looks
just
so much better.
please appreciate the authenticity.
Yeah, and appreciate the fact that this is where we started and it's rough, but thank
This is our
you.
New Year's resolution right here
Yeah,
in actual fruition. So if we can do it, you can do it. See you
yeah,
next week.
yeah. So I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Thank you for episode one, and we'll see you every week for the rest of the year. Bye.
Bye.